In this lesson, we're going to learn how to add building sections to our model. Building sections are actually slices through the model. I know I keep saying this, but I love this function. When we cut a section through our model, we are adding a new view. The great thing about this is its dynamic behavior. Once a section is in place, it is fully integrated with the building. If we make a change in plan or elevation, such as alter the height of a level, the section will automatically change. The objective of this lesson is to create a few building sections and be amazed at how much time you're saving. Open the file you've been working on, or open the file called Chapter 4 and follow along. The first thing I'd like to do is add a section in this area. So what we want to do is go to the View tab and click the Section button on the Create panel. Adding a section is a two-click process. What we're going to do is pick a first point here and then pick a second point down here. So let's go ahead and pick a point right about here. Let's move our mouse down the building, down the building, down the building, till we're past the bottom, and pick that point. Now let's examine our section from head to tail. Let's zoom in on the head. We'll talk about this when we get to the tail, but let's talk about this right now. You can always flip a section to look two ways into a model. There may be a time where you add a section where it never even finds the light of day, in that you don't put it on a sheet, but you're just using it to look through your model. What we can do is flip it. So go ahead and click the Flip Section button, and our section is flipped into the direction that I'd like it to be in. Let's scroll down the section a little more until we arrive at the middle. You see this little Gap in Segments button. What this does is it allows you to chop out the section so it's not in the way or crowding up your model. I'm going to move this little grip up to about here. Now I'm going to move my little grip down to about here. Traveling down the section, we have what we ignored up top. This is Cycle Section Tail. Click it once, nothing. Click it again, we have our bubble head. Please don't confuse that with bobble head. The deal is, if we only have this part on a sheet, we wouldn't know what section that was calling out, or vice versa on the top. Now we have the top and the bottom, which will read the correct number once this appears on a sheet. Let's look at another aspect of sections, and that's the depth in which you can view your model. Go ahead and select this little button right here, and drag it all the way over to here. What I want to do is zoom in on the section head and hit Escape. Double click on it and it opens that section. What I want you to do now is type WT, that means window tile, and you should get the two windows open. Click into one window and type ZA. That'll zoom extents for both windows. Click into Floor Plan Level 1, and let's zoom in on this guy here. Select your section. What you'll see is the automatic link between the two. I select this section, and it actually lights up over here. This is called the crop region, and we'll talk about those in a moment. However, let's take a look at the dynamic capabilities that Revit has. So now if I pull this section over towards the back of the building, automatically we'll see these areas light up. What a great way to work. With both views open, let's take a look at the name. Section 1 just isn't going to fly. What I want to do is scroll down the project browser until we find sections. This is a brand new category that was just added because we added that section. Click the plus sign next to it to expand into the tree, and let's take a look at section 1. If we just click it, right click on it, and go to rename, we can rename it. Let's call this West Corridor Section. And click OK. Let's make West Corridor Section the full screen. All you got to do is double click in the blue area and it expands it. And let's take a look at the section. Now, our view control toolbar and our graphics are controlled for this view and this view only. For example, if I change my detail level to fine, that has no relevance to any other view. It only controls the graphics of this view. What I'm going to do is grab these levels, and I'm going to drag them out of the way a little bit so it looks a little neater. Also notice that all those adjustments we made in the other view didn't update here, because we wouldn't necessarily want to. We might even want to turn some of these off, but let's leave them all on for now. Let's go back down to Floor Plan Level 1. On the Quick Access toolbar, let's click the Close Hidden Windows button. Let's hit the Save button. Slice and dice, we call it. It's so easy to create a section, you're going to find that you cut sections all the time. That means more information on your construction documents, and you are ensured that your sections are completely accurate.